against OU, Texas's addition to the SEC for many reasons, but I think that's definitely one of them.
So hypothetically speaking, if Texas A&M decides to go back to the Big 12, I need you to just rescind that statement about letting your immortal soul burn in hell, because we would be very sad if that happened.
Just trust me, bro.
Cool. That's all I got for college football.
And the last thing on here, because Kenny didn't even look at the rundown that our wonderful producer put together. Latino player alleged racist mistreatment in lawsuit against Northwestern.
I was going to save that for fair or fade because it's only getting worse in that case. Like 5 people came out.
There's 5 Latino players in
Northwestern? Like a Latino dude, black quarterback, I guess, and a couple other people, one of which was also Latino. They were like, we couldn't be ourselves. They made us cut our hair. They even made the coaches cut their hair. Like, it was just a racist environment. This dude, the Latino dude, the lineman, I think he played like 07 or some shit. He was there when Fitzgerald became head coach. So a lot of people were like, couldn't be ourselves. It was a very racist, hostile environment, which kind of makes me look back to remember Rashawn Slater was lifting that heavy ass weight and the dude kept slapping on the back and he turned around and shoved him. Toxic culture and we didn't even realize it in front of us?
Probably.
Because he got mad. Like, he had the glasses on, but he shoved old buddy. And it's like, I'm just saying, if I was at Big Ten Media Day, I would just ask Northwestern, how do you regain the trust of the students, in particular the black students, with all this racism and stuff going on top of the fact that, what's the word I'm looking for? You're hazing, but you don't even have a successful football culture.
Facts.
How do you have... I'm going to save that for my rant, but that's ridiculous.
All right, Nikki, you ready?
Let's see. Let me pull it up. Yes, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Oh, I just closed out. Okay, got it. All right. Touchdown or turnover. Dalvin Cook looks to be joining the New York Jets.
I feel like it's kind of a turnover just because, well, 1, the deal's not official. 2, I feel like he's kind of just using the Jets for leverage. 3, the Jets have like more running backs than even the Dolphins. And 4, I feel like he really wants to go to the Dolphins.
I haven't heard any of that confirmed. So I can't really speak to whether it's going to happen or not. But I do know, like, with Breece Hall and other running backs, like, they have a crowded running back room. And I wouldn't see that as a place where a guy who just came off 1,000-yard, 10-touchdown season would expect to, A, get paid his market value, and B, get enough touches to warrant whatever contract he got. I'd see him in Houston. I'd see him.
And I don't even think it's worth the spectacle.
The Colts, if
plus we all remember the Favre and Tomlinson thing, like, or we don't remember it. We try not to remember it.
Oh God!
So we don't need Cook and Rodgers.
I almost threw up in my mouth. Those are bad. Those are bad times. LT had lost all his burst.
He should have never went there, bro.
Could have went anywhere else, but the Jets. I just, if he's not going to Miami, which he should, I just don't see the Jets as like a viable spot. They got Travis Dye there. They got a bunch of people there.
All right, next one.
And I think they lost to the Browns tonight.
Next one, we got Vikings and Hunter are agreed to a 1-year deal worth $20 million.
Yeah, we talked about this one on Monday, but it's definitely a touchdown because
Sunday, Daniel Hunter.
They just had him they just had him there for no reason. So Just had him practicing on the side. Might as well give him some money and get him out there working. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, the Vikings managed to pay their premier pass rushers. I'm kind of shocked. They had to do a lot of moving and shaking, but they managed to figure it out. And Lewis signed their first round pick from last year, who like fractured his tibia and shit, destroyed his lower leg. Apparently he's been looking really great in practice. So hopefully things work out for him because him and Harrison Smith at safety looks promising.
Next.
All right, we got the Bears are adding, forgive me. I think it's Ngakoue.
Yeah, you did. You know what?
You did better than me.
Nice. Ngakoue is joining the Bears for 1 year, getting paid a little bit over $10 million for it.
$10.5 million. I think this is the one. I feel bad for him because it's like nobody wanted to pay this dude like a long-term contract.
I mean, he's on his 5th team in 4 years.
He's productive.
And he's been productive. That's wild.
But salute to you for getting his name right.
6 teams in 7 years? I mean, 7 teams in 6 years.
Yeah.
Jaguars, Ravens,
Colts,
Vikings, Colts, Raiders, Bears. So,
oh my.
6 teams in 5 years. It's wild. And we were talking about it off air, but like he really is a legit pass rusher, and whatever you could say about his run game is easily solved by having good players around him. I mean, I think that's really where he strives the best. When he has good players around him, you know, I think when he was like with the Raiders, he didn't really have much around him besides Max Crosby. So his run deficiencies were a little bit more in your face.
But their D tackles were trash and their linebackers were trash. So blame Yannick, even though he led the team in sacks. He led the team in sacks the year he got traded, and then they got Chandler Jones, and he's been hot garbage.
Yep.
And he said, "Oh, I'm finally healthy." Well, that's good to know since you got paid a shit ton of money.
And he's been a lot like less outspoken than when he was with the Jaguars.
I mean, that whole environment was toxic with Tom Coughlin. Definitely. He ruined a Super Bowl contender, a perennial Super Bowl contender. How do you break up a defense that good, and all you have to do is fix the offense? Like, if Coughlin wasn't there, I think that Jaguars team could have stayed together and done something.
All right, moving on. Next one.
To the east side.
All right, next up, let's see. The Madden ratings for quarterbacks came out for this upcoming game. Jalen Hurts was ranked in at an overall 88 after making the Super Bowl.
That again. Instagram, the comeback or whatever, that dude's the white dude with the glasses. They did a funny spot on that.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple players and they're like, I mean, for every position he did one, and it was pretty funny, honestly.
He's like, Jalen's a running back. He's like, dude, I'm a quarterback. He's like, how the hell is such and such a higher rating than me? He's like, I don't know.
No, Lamar Jackson being a 91 and Jalen Hurts being an 88. Is that fair?
There was one player who was in the 99 that was on defense. I think it was it Myles Garrett or it was someone, and he went down to 98, and they're like, well, it's because our algorithm factors in games played, and then they're like, oh, okay, that's fair, that makes sense, and then they're like, yeah, and the last number is Aaron Donald 99, and he's like, he missed more games than me, like what? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, he's got a great demeanor. He's in L.A., like, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay.
He's Aaron Donald.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, Devontae not being a 99 this year is kind of stupid.
Josh Allen getting in a 94, but he's the cover athlete is interesting.
There you go. Yeah, that was one. Herbert was an 88, I think, or 87.
He's like, how you 88, but you don't win anything?
Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott both got rated 87, which is horrendous, in my opinion.
No, I feel like that's good for Dak. I feel like Herbert could be a 90.
It's great for Dak. That is exceptional for Dak. I'm talking about Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
I mean, Herbert's talent.
I feel like Hurts could be a 90, 92. I wouldn't put him higher than that. I think 88 is honestly fine for him.
Lamar should be a 95, but
88.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's a B+.
He almost won the Super Bowl for them. If their defense didn't like shit their pants, if their kicking team, if the punter had kicked it the right way instead of the wrong way, allowing that big ass return, it's a totally different game.
So then you agree that he deserves a higher rating?
I think Hurts deserved the 88 based on the scaling. Because, like, okay, Josh Allen's been doing it longer than Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts can catch Josh Allen. But based on arm talent, see, the problem with the Madden metric is it discounts your athletic ability, but then if you're popular, like, it'll just keep you up there. So, like, let's say you look at the linebackers on Madden. Let's say a guy runs, I don't know, a 4.35. He'll have like an 88 speed rating. That shit doesn't make sense. Like, you should award points based off awareness and skill set for the position, but give people their actual athletic attributes, which is what Madden doesn't always do. And then it tries to overcompensate in other areas, and then it fails at that. And they're like, well, fuck it, we tried. And it's like, no, if a dude is fast as hell, he's fast as hell. But if he can't catch, then he can't catch. You don't have to, like, give him lower speed but better catch, but mid-awareness, so he averages out at like a 76 or some dumb shit. It's like, no, just give him his athletic ability, and then his skill set as a player, give him that. Like, Hurts, I don't think Hurts is going to get surpassed by Herbert, because Herbert just has some of the best arm talent in the league, and he's athletic. So giving him an 87 is like, he hasn't even really reached his full potential yet. Like, he has 99 overall potential. I don't think Hurts has 99 overall potential. So you would give him an 88 now because it's fair and he could sustain that. But will he ever surpass Lamar? No.
Well, Lamar was low too, and Lamar's won an MVP.
Yeah, because they always disrespect Lamar every day.
Lamar was top 5. He was top 4. Lamar was 4, and he was overall rated 91, higher than Hurts,
which is a
5.
trash rating. 91 is a trash rating
for Lamar.
That's low for Lamar?
That's a trash rating.
That's what he deserves.
Not really. He's kind of like a 97. If you balance out his athletic ability, speed, awareness, agility, arm talent, playing from the pocket, which is what he does. He can make plays with.
2022 season?
He got hurt. His whole team was hurt.
Exactly.
Like, punish the whole team, but don't say he's bad. It's like when Brady didn't make the playoffs.
Wait, has Josh Allen won an MVP? Has Joe Burrow won an MVP?
To performance, no.
Not always.
Lamar, like, literally almost won a unanimous MVP.
No, he won a unanimous MVP.
There you go.
He literally won a unanimous MVP.
There you go.
Right, but does that matter?
If any quarterback,
any
quarterback besides Pat Mahomes should be a 99, it's probably Lamar Jackson.
Based on athletic ability alone, and he hasn't even reached his peak yet. And he actually has weapons now.
Based on his 2022 performance, I disagree. But
lower his rating a couple points, but don't give Josh Allen a 94 when they choked in the playoffs.
He's the cover athlete, my guy.
And
Lamar was the cover athlete.
And who did he lose to in the playoffs?
I don't even think he had a 94 last year.
Mahomes owns Josh Allen.
I thought he had a 96.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Lamar had a high rating, and then as soon as they could drop him, they did it. But again, like Micah Parsons, low rating, but he ran a 4. Micah Parsons, damn near had an almost defensive player of the year type season, and ran a 4.35, but his speed rating doesn't reflect that. So what they do is they hedge your athletic ability, but then don't give you enough credit in the areas where you're actually good. Like Charles Omenihu, the Houston Texans defensive lineman, was talking about how, like, bro, they shitted on his rating. I think he's like a 72 92, or he said he's supposed to be at 80 or something like that. And they're like, these Madden guys clearly never played football because they don't know how to judge block shedding or finesse moves.
They definitely don't know.
So it's like with quarterback stuff,
they've remade the defensive moves like more times than not. And like honestly, I liked it a lot better back in the day when each button actually a hand move instead of like the way they have it now where it's like an automated system where like if you push the joystick a certain way,
he does a whole thing.
It does whatever makes the most sense. Like,
because it's not natural.
Yeah, so. But it's because most people don't know how to play fucking D-line. They're just up there spinning all day long, looking stupid.
Or constantly trying to do the rip and pull. Like, bro, you're doing that with a guy who doesn't have a lot of strength. That's not going to work. You can't just do that with Aaron Donald all day.
Micah Parsons got a 97. That's not, I mean, that sounds correct.
He should be.
Was it that?
He should be a 99. It should be higher. Based on his athletic ability and his position versatility. It's like when Khalil Mack...
All right, we could have a separate podcast about this. Let's move on.
Christian McCaffrey got a 96. He should absolutely have a 99. That's crazy.
What?
Bro.
You want to talk about knocking people down?
He should get knocked down to like a 92.
Oh.
What's Saquon's rating? This is some bullshit. This is white privilege. This is reverse white privilege.
Bruh. Based on his 2022 performance, you don't think Christian McCaffrey was...
I need you to stop saying based on 22.
Yes. You're sounding like nerd websites we don't like.
Jackson's MVP season as if that matters at all.
You sound like the SEC version of Ronnie 2K.
Let me cook this.
You're trying to tell me Christian McCaffrey, one of like the most ridiculous cases in the league, if not the most ridiculous case in the league last year.
Pete, I got this.
At least a 98.
You want to know why?
He's literally the San Francisco 49ers.
What?
Are you kidding? Are you on drugs? If you're on drugs or you're not sharing, I'm kind of upset.
He wasn't even on the team after year. They were winning before they got him.
They were in the Super Bowl before they got him.
He was on the team at least 3/4 of the season, and that it doesn't matter. Like it was insane. It was beautiful. It could bring tears to someone's eyes.
They had two running backs, and he was hurt. And he was hurt like 2 games. And remember when he got hurt and Elijah Mitchell saved them?
And you do realize Deebo Samuels was getting running back touches, right? He scored a rushing touchdown against the Cardinals.
He had the whole team coming up to Kodak Black. He had Nick Bosa nodding his head to Kodak Black.
Yeah, that's a racial achievement right there. Yeah. That's a moment of racial history.
Yeah, now they're going to come out to fucking chicken fried.
I remember when everybody on the whole team was injured. I remember when Debo was gone, his quarterback was gone.
I remember Brandon Ayuk had a breakout season last year.
He played every single position on the team pretty much. He Taysom Hill'd that shit, except way better.
Well, hold on. You're forgetting Kyle Juszczyk.
Remember when everyone was You're
forgetting the fullback.
Waiting on fucking Kittle to come back like Jesus?
And then he came back and immediately started scoring touchdowns.
I don't know, man. Like I don't even care about McCaffrey like that. But like that.
Really? You sure?
You sound like you got a McCaffrey jersey. Like you wanted him to be a Patriot.
Yeah.
She flustered.
Bro, look at me in my
She
face.
probably saw a Jimmy G pic on her feed right now.
Look at me in my Zoom screen and tell me that you would not kill a man to have McCaffrey as your running back.
No, because I wouldn't want him to be on the Raiders so he could waste his career away.
Okay.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I'd rather have Josh Higgins.
All I'm saying is this. You can't penalize somebody for having a bad year, but then give Christian McCaffrey a 99 because he went to one of the best teams in the league.
Dude, it doesn't.
And he's
matter. First off, no.
He's getting single coverage because you can't double team Debo and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. And
what about the entire period of time where Debo was injured and Kittle was injured and McCaffrey was still getting 55, 60 points?
McCaffrey was injured too.
Kyle Juszczyk, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings. That's more. They had like 8 running backs.
He was the most exciting electric player in the NFL last season.
Let's relax now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Let's relax now.
Let's see. Hold on.
You're just disrespecting Josh Jacobs to his face, and I don't appreciate that.
Okay. If he was so electric, then why would the Raiders pay him?
Hey, Nikki, let me ask you a serious question.
Has Josh Jacobs had more rush yards in a single season than Christian McCaffrey?
Let me ask you a serious question, my girl.
Okay. I'm scared.
You probably should be.
Oh, when was the last time Christian McCaffrey had 1,000-yard rushing season?
Oh, God. Bro, pulled up Wikipedia.
So you should probably go to NFL.com and just check that out real quick. Shameless plug.
What's your point?
Last year was the first time he had one in the 2 seasons before that.
Like 3 years?
He had 600 yards combined.
Okay.
So the fact that he was even in the 90s last year was already a reach.
Because he played on a team.
He was injured like half the year last year, no?
And then went to a team that was loaded across the board.
Still,
he was never getting double teamed.
What we're saying
he was never getting double teamed. He was getting one-on-ones.
What we're saying is Myles Garrett had the best season of his life, and somehow he went from a 99 to a 98.
Devontae Adams set the single season Raiders receiving record for touchdowns, I think.
And somehow he went from a 99 to a 97.
Explain it.
Hey, I can talk. Hey, Garrett, I wanted him to have a 99 too. Aggie, hello. I'd be on his dick as well. But I'm talking about Chris McCaffrey, though.
I would say you're...
Yo, you're on your fiance Zoom right now, my girl.
God, bro. Everybody's
God.
Metaphorically speaking.
I don't know.
You jumped on that grenade pretty quick.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, I get it. He's in the anime and he's a man-child, but Jesus Christ.
If this was Barstool, that would definitely be a cut.
Like, if there was a movie, like, that would be an Oppenheimer Barbie style thing, it would be Christian McCaffrey and Myles Garrett and, like, a Hard Knocks thing for both of them.
But what we're saying is the Madden is finding whatever fickle reasons to not make people high 90s. Yet for Christian McCaffrey, he somehow has been able to get the benefit of the doubt and continue to persist despite only being a 2-time Pro Bowler.
They're turning into him the Michael Vick cheat code on Madden 2004.
What other running back deserved that high of a rating?
Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs towards the end of the season.
Well, Christian McCaffrey.
Saquon Barkley.
He's the highest rated running back in Madden this year. Christian McCaffrey is.
Because of favoritism and front running. Right. It's called front running.
Not because he deserved it.
It's called front running.
All right, can we move on?
It's kind of cloudy. We could revisit this discussion. Don't worry. We got a whole year. I got a fantasy draft in the morning. I don't know why the fuck they want to do it this early, but hey.
Ew.
Yeah, they're dumb. Gotta wake up at 10 a.m. You gotta wake up at 11 a.m. Like, bro.
Bro, not early. I've never done it.
It's too early to fantasy draft.
September, I feel like that is so early.
And it's like the first week of the preseason.
Can we draft it in the morning?
Can we wait 2 weeks? What the fuck?
Draft in the morning.
Noonish? But it's like 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
Anyway.
What's DeAndre Hopkins rating? Now I'm curious.
D-Hop? I bet I can figure it out.
Nick Chubb is a 97. Josh Jacobs is a 95. Derrick Henry's a 94. Saquon's a 93. Jonathan Taylor's an 89.
Disrespectful.
Austin Eckler's an 88.
That's fair.
Tony Pollard's an 88.
What's Zeke, 82?
DeAndre Hopkins does not have a rating on Madden 24.
Interesting.
What about Zeke? That's disrespectful.
Jamal Williams is at 85. That's wild.
He probably doesn't either.
Because he had 17. Wait, Zeke doesn't have a mad rating?
No, because he's a free agent.
Oh, God.
He also has not had a rating.
P gonna cry. Wait till they give Zeke a 78.
Damian Harris is a 79.
Wait till they give
78 if he's lucky.
Wait till they give Zeke a 78. Yes, indeed.
Quan Alexander is headed to the Steelers. Touchdown or turnover?
touchdown. He fits their physical philosophy, and he can't be any worse than coverage than Miles Jack somehow got bad the past 3 years.
And Devin Bush.
Yeah, and Devin Bush too.
Just see ball, hit ball. That's all they need you to do. They got 2 elite pass rushers on the outside. That's definitely a touchdown.
Next.
Sorry, my phone had a seizure. Hold on.
I don't know why the fucking Raiders having linebackers that can either tackle in theory
And not
or cover in theory, but they just refuse to have a linebacker that can do both.
Or draft and develop one.
Yeah,
Because they can't develop linebackers.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, he got cut from. I mean, he bounced around the league last year. He was with the Giants when Patrick Graham was there a few years ago.
He was a stable.
At one point, he looked like a generational linebacker, but he hasn't been that since he blew out his knee in Notre Dame.
That's the one injury.
The game that they should have never been in. But I'll let Kenny get on his soapbox for that.
Because Notre Dame sucks in big games and should never be allowed in big games ever again.
Fair enough. How mad would you be if they joined the Big Ten?
They'd be fucking a 7-win team every year.
What if they joined the Pac-12? Fuck. They'd actually bring money to it.
No, they win 9 games a year.
But they'd bring money.
They'd win 8 and 9. They win 8 games a year and then a bowl game. They'd be winning the Sun
Utah in the Mountain West.
The Sun Bowl. They'd be Sun Bowl champs.
All right, next.
They'd win the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl.
Yeah. Anywho, let's see. Panthers are signing Deion Jones. Touchdown or turnover?
That's definitely a touchdown.
Touchdown. He knows that division well from his time with the Falcons.
He's fast. He can hit.
Gives him some versatility next to Shaq Thompson.
They got another guy at linebacker.
Oakland's own Shaq Thompson. Or Sacramento's own, I'm sorry.
Yeah, about to say, you got to say Bay Area.
That's not really Bay Area, but.
He got Bay Area ties. That's why you can say Bay Area. He just went to school in Sac. What's his name?
We need a 30 for 30 on that Washington team, honestly.
Yeah.
That Chris Peterson, Washington era.
That he ruined because he was afraid of black dudes with their own personalities.
Basically.
He couldn't handle Marcus Peters, so he kicked him off the team.
Basically.
That was wild.
And Nate Dogson.
Yeah, he ended up going somewhere else. It didn't pan out.
He was in the mix and he got kicked off.
Yeah. Sad.
All right, last one.
Arion Conley, is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Is headed to the XFL. Womp.
What has more turnovers at corner? Clemson corners, Ohio State corners, or just Miami players in general?
That's
Clemson
tough.
corners?
Nah, Clemson corners, I mean, they got at least one. The Falcons corner is all pro. So they got at least one.
But that's the first one in out of
that's
9.
David Terrell.
Yeah, that's the first one out of 7.
Yeah, but he was a can't miss, and he actually.
Well, the Saints have Marshawn Lattimore, so that's
the only
Ohio
one.
State's one.
That's the only one.
That's Ohio State's
Von
one.
Bell, I think, didn't get drafted. He's a safety.
Yeah, he didn't get drafted.
So Marshawn Lattimore is the only one, and sometimes he be getting cooked by Mike Evans. They be jumping him. That don't even be fair. The Saints straight. They see him and they treat Marshawn Lattimore like Mojo Jojo and the Powerpuff Girls. They just be whooping his ass on sight, just unabashed rage.
Casa House?
You hear what you're saying? Oh, my bad. Yeah, Mojo Jojo. However he says his name.
All right, take your tangent. This one is quick.
Take her. Bro. Okay.
She said
Cooper Kupp is still out with a hamstring injury right now.
It's training camp. It doesn't matter. He'll be.
Take her tangent on the Rams season with Cooper Kupp.
Bro, they're not going to win more than like 7 games. So, fine.
I just feel like.
Oh, okay. I'm following.
I feel.
Written weirdly.
I wrote it stupid. Okay. But yeah, I just feel like this is the year where like the Rams have no juice. And it's weird because they always have juice. At least since they've been in LA. Like they've been very strategic in generating hype and excitement. And it just feels like this year is really like lame duck.
They can't compete with Herbert and that fat ass contract. They're a 7-win team, bro, at best.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, they have an easy schedule from what everyone's been talking about.
7 wins.
But you still got to beat the Niners. You still got to beat Seattle.
You have Jalen Ramsey. Nobody's afraid of you now. They're going deep every other third down. Who's that safety they should respect?
Well, they have a good linebacker. They still have Aaron Donald. They have a couple pass rushers.
Name them.
They have some receivers, kind of, besides Cup, but not really.
Name them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't really have a lot of hype.
Say their names.
I don't even know who the Rams.
Ernest Jones.
Yeah, Ernest Jones is nice.
Who's their other edge rushers?
He's not an edge rusher though. He's a back.
Terrell Lewis isn't there anymore. They got they got the dude from Tennessee,
Byron Young.
And then they got the dude Daniel Hardy from Montana State.
I don't think Byron Young is starting, is he?
He's like a 4.4.
Yeah,
he's fast as shit.
Yeah, I don't know if he should be starting.
We'll see, man.
Marquise Copeland.
Who's their starting safeties again?
Daniel Hardy.
Who's their starting safeties?
Jordan Fuller and Russ Yeast. Quinn Lake is the third. Kendrick Darion is their right corner.
Darion Kendrick, you mean?
Yeah, Darion Kendrick.
The former Clemson corner who went to Georgia and won defensive MVP in the national title game but ran a 4.8 at his pro day.
Jesus. 4.8?
4.8.
Akello Witherspoon is the other corner.
Akello Witherspoon played for the
He's been
Steelers.
hurt like the past 2 years.
Played for the Steelers and then left, and yeah. He's like 6'3", though. 6'4".
All right. Moving on. Next one.
The South Carolina State corner is good.
Mr. Hancock?
Tom Brady. Speaking of which, happy birthday, Tom.
How did you know that? Wow.
Sounded like you left, like you were leaving him a voicemail. Tom
Brady's birthday is, bro.
You have a Hey Arnold shrine.
What do you think this is?
You have a Hey Arnold shrine to Myles Garrett and Tom Brady in your closet.
It's baby infant shit. Do you think I'm on, bro? Like you trying to tell me you don't know what Derek Carr's birthday is?
Fuck no, I don't care about Derek Carr's birthday. I don't care about Bakersfield as a city.
Man, so that makes sense. I mean, how are you not going to know the man who brought 6 Super Bowls to your whatever? You're not going to know his birthday. It's crazy.
Can't relate at all. I know my birthday.
Can't even a sixth relate.
I don't even remember Pete's birthday all the time.
He doesn't.
That's because my birthday is so memorable. I can't help it. It's Black History Month and it's February 19th.
But yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it before. I think anything Brady puts his name on, there's a chance that it'll be successful. So why not?
This man hijacking birthdays now?
Yeah, I never finished the point. Actually, he's becoming owner of the English soccer club Birmingham City. So
good luck.
That. You were saying.
All right, last one.
He ain't gonna do a Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just weird. What is he doing, to be honest? Like, why is he diversifying his portfolio so much?
He's rich and he's bored.
He's rich.
That's what I'm saying, though. You're rich and you're bored, so go do something else. Like,
he's rich and kicks it with the models. Where else is he going to go?
He's smashing like David.
Like, he's not
smashing random model chicks.
He's a multi-millionaire. He's a newly single bachelor.
in his 40s.
Exactly.
Like,
So now
this is his villain era.
Exactly.
Like, let Robert Kraft recommend you some massage therapists.
Wow. That was fucked up. But what I'm saying is, he has a seat.
I ain't touching that one.
He has a seat in a box in like 3 different countries in 4 different sports. Like, he's always gonna have a good time at his fingertips.
He's got different hoes and different area codes.
And he's already kicking it with all these owners and stuff on yachts anyway. So
he's probably the cool dad too.
Might as well make it business official.
Say what?
Like, you got all the money you need. A family that you need to go hang
Dude,
out with
all the
first
goats got messed up kids. It is what it is.
Ric Flair.
Except for Kobe.
That's different.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Oh, I don't know, man. Tom Brady it's different. Like, he has every opportunity to just chill out, go get some bitches, hang out.
As long as he's
with
not kissing his kids on the mouth.
Yo,
like,
you gotta
bro.
let that go, Pete. You gotta let that go, Pete. You can't keep bringing up kissing on the mouth, Pete.
Why is that in your conflict of interest contract at NFL? You can't bring that up. Is that
I didn't even mention.
Do not mention TV12.
I didn't even mention my employer. I'm just saying, like, can we just stop
without express written consent of
for Major League
NFL
Baseball?
or Major League Baseball?
Yes, you always have to have the express written consent of Major League Baseball, or else it's not valid.
All right, last one.
All right.
You're gonna own the A's when he's done.
I wish I was one of Tom Brady's kids for real.
So you could kiss him in the mouth?
That's incestuous. That's incestuous as fuck, by the way. You read past that like you didn't say it. We heard you. We heard you say this.
I've that's just in my blood, you know?
All right, Jamarco Jones is waived after being ejected from consecutive practices.
State tackle, offensive lineman.
Has he been
Next.
good? Has he been good?
Next.
That's what I thought. All right, fair or fade. We already talked about this first one, so I'm going to skip it. Second one, who's Taylor? Taylor comes out and Jonathan
Taylor Swift. I thought you meant Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
The Swifties are out, bro. The Swifties are out. I might just pull up
Jonathan
to my
Taylor
job just to
came
sit on the
out
roof and watch.
and said his back injury reports were complete cap and malicious. Fair or fade, Kenny?
Jim Irsay also went out and bought a whale preserve for $20 million. So there goes all his money. Imagine like buying a preserver for a whale to save a whale's life and it costs $20 million. And then you just look back at your star running back and say, I could die tomorrow and Jonathan Taylor could be out of the league the next day and it wouldn't matter. The league would keep going. And you just spent $20 million on Shamu's fucking cousin, step cousin.
Oregon coach shits on the Pac-12 exit, cites the lack of success. Fair or fade?
It's true. I said this last week. Colorado parasited their way into the Pac-12.
And now they're parasiting their way out.
They monkey branched their way out. No, they monkey branched their way out.
All right, Pat McAfee making
Cringe tweet.
Cringe MSU jokes.
Did Larry Nassar design those uniforms?
Yeah, they were talking about some
Those
trash-ass uniforms that Michigan had a while ago. And,
those ugly-ass highlighter green.
and he never took that tweet down, and he doubled down on it.
He doubled down on it like most white dudes do who know they're not going to get in trouble.
But yeah, that's definitely fade because you're making light of like institutional sexual harassment.
If all those gymnasts pulled up on you, you get your ass whooped. You're not flexible enough to win that fight.
Definitely.
Like,
and they're stronger than you.
Think about it. Who do you think who could?
You're a punter, my guy.
Now, Dax, Mike Rabel could, like, how many kids would it take to tackle Derrick Henry? He said about 35. What would be easier to do? 5 female gymnasts or run through 10 third graders?
Is that a serious question? Do you
I don't know.
faith in it? That's crazy.
I don't know.
Gender neutral.
I don't know. I don't really care. I just want to finish this fucking show. You guys are talking about 10 minutes on every fucking thing.
Hey, man. I'm just saying, you don't want to fight a gymnast.
Those people are like 99.99% muscle.
Literally.
Like, they will bend you into
functional muscle.
They will bend you to a pretzel and then ease you out of whatever trolley horse they give you.
You ever seen a gymnast do calisthenics? That's just insane.
I want to see one. Never mind.
I mean,
never mind. I'm literally not gonna make.
I don't even want to know what you were about to start saying.
It's not a good time.
I don't even want to,
especially on the topic. Yeah, no.
I definitely don't.
Let's just move on.
Leave gymnasts alone. They'll fuck you up, and they're really attractive. Like,
Lamar.
I mean, yeah. I mean, once you get past hammer toe.
A couple weeks ago, last week, there was a Green Bay Packer linebacker who was cut literally on his birthday. The social media team put out a happy birthday, and then next thing you know, he was cut. So fair fade, getting cut on your birthday, and also,
I mean, I got robbed on my birthday down the street from here. Actually,
what's worse?
At the DMV. Definitely what happened to him because I got my money back, and them dudes did like 3 years in jail. And my mom made fun of me at my birthday dinner about me getting robbed to the waitress who I was hitting on.
Wow.
Who I was hitting on, and I was like, "Thanks, Mom."
I had a dude on PCP crash his vehicle through my backyard fence on my birthday.
What the fuck?
That's wild.
Did he say, "Oh yeah"?
Like I had like a beer dye table. Like I had a custom Texas A&M beer dye table.
You would.
Absolutely destroyed. He ran all the way through my backyard into my building where my bedroom is.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, hot take. And whoever's out there, you can add me on the fucking X, which sounds stupid as fuck to say, by the way.
I hate that app.
But yeah. Anyways, point is, beer dye is the most overrated drinking game, period.
You was probably just saying that because you don't got it.
No, I've actually only played like 7 games of beer dye.
What the fuck?
And I'm probably like 500. And I won the first game I ever played. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but I still won.
I've never heard of beer dye in my life.
It's like a person winning poker the first time they ever play. Like, yeah.
It's just not that fun to me.
I've never heard of beer dye in my life.
Like, you get drunk, that's cool, but like, the actual game.
It's just as fun as any other stupid ass drinking college game.
There's tiers. There are tiers. Beer pong is clearly the king. There are tiers.
I don't know.
But I've never played beer dye. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Beer dye takes a lot more skill.
What is beer dye? For
not really though.
What the fuck is beer dye?
Like I said, you could. I've seen. It's not just me who's won on the first time. Like I've seen a lot of people win not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Like
Marble.
Okay, so.
And then there's so many intricacies with the stupid rules. Like there's different ways of doing it, and it's just like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's the same thing with that. That's the same thing with beer pong, though. Everybody.
Yeah, but I don't play that way. I play.
We doing house rules?
You make 10 cups.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I don't do exposing. I don't do no. The only thing I do is bounces, fucking 2 re-racks.
I need to know what the fuck beer dye is.
Okay, so basically, in like super simple terms, there's a table, okay, and you put 4 cups in the corner of the table. It's like a rectangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you try to do is you try to get the dye.
Are you trying to bounce some shit into a cup like you're playing quarters?
That's part of it, but that's more of like a side thing. What it's like fucking baseball, tennis, and beer pong kind of
like
in one.
You
that is a horrible explanation.
Cup, also, like don't like it's you don't have to get it in the cup, but
basically, you're throwing the beer dye up high, like high as fuck to a certain like level that's really high. And it has to bounce on the other person's side of the table. And then from there, if they don't catch it after it bounces off the table, then it's a point. If they catch it, then it's no point.
So you're playing reverse craps, pretty much.
No.
It's like instead of shooting craps on the ground, you're throwing some shit in the air.
It doesn't matter what the dice lands on.
It's literally
unless
just
it lands on the table. But
Feels like you could be playing hacky sack and this will be more productive. Or not hacky sack. What's that shit called? When you throw the cornholing, like you could cornhole.
cornhole's cool.
You could play drunken cornhole, and that sounds funner.
Yeah. To a drinking game too, but then cornhole actually like you have to buy cornhole for it. Like with the beer die, you just have to have a table.
Honestly, I feel like you could do that shit where you could just toss a ball or something into a cup, and somebody has to like drink a cup for every fucking one you make. I don't know.
That's beer pong.
Exactly, but it could be like cornhole, but with beer. I feel like there's a way to do that, but the way you guys,
I played cornhole as a drinking game before.
Yeah, I have to. It's not that hard.
It could be a drinking game if you want it to be.
so I'm like, the way you guys are sounding like you're fucking playing Red Rover around the table.
Y'all ever played beer cart?
No.
It's like you're playing Mario Kart, and you're drinking like you play on the fastest one with the motion controls, and you have to finish your entire beer before the race or as every lap comes in. So you have to drink one.
That's wild.
Y'all drunk.
That's borderline alcoholic.
Y'all might as well just drink while you're playing Dance
Like
Dance
y'all
Revolution.
are just fucking drinking. Like
y'all are speed drinking.
But the thing is like if you win, like you win, like it's cooler because it's hard, you know.
You get
like,
your stomach pump first when the ambulance shows up.
That's like that fucking nerd icebreaker shit. Like, yo, like I'm too nervous to like hang out with this person. So like, let's have something to break the ice. And then like, let's get too drunk so that we don't feel bad that we didn't go out. And like,
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
let's just get drunk and wet. Like that's pretty much what that game is.
You never had a kickback where y'all just walk out, like play Mario Kart, drink, play some board games, like.
Yeah,
but not really. It's more of like we smoke weed and drink.
We don't get country bored. You are clearly like you get country bored.
No,
with your drinking games.
Board. You don't feel like going out and getting plastered and throwing ass all over the bar district.
You say throwing ass all over the bar district?
And you don't want to spend a ton of money going to like Top Golf or we had this called Grand Station. It's like not Dick's Sporting Goods, Dave and Buster's. It's like Dave and Buster's. You don't want to go to Dave and Buster's to spend money, and you don't want to go to Top Golf and spend money. So, and you still want to drink, but you don't want to go out to the bars till 2 a.m. So you buy some friends over, play some Switch, smoke some weed, have some beers.
And just make up fake games?
You never played a drinking game?
Too many to count.
Humanity kind of thing.
Too many to count.
I literally have drinking card games.
I mean, the closest thing that I ever did to that and
Cards Against Humanity
was like King's Cup, like having a bunch of people over and playing King's Cup or Flip Cup or beer pong.
That's like a house party thing, though.
Yeah, but it would be small. It'd be like 10 to 20 people, so it's a kickback range.
Some idiot uses beer in the cup instead of water.
The Nintendo Switch cannot be involved if there's more than 10 people at the.
We never had like
unless
video games
rooms.
involved. Unless there's multiple rooms, and even then, there's probably people smoking weed in that room and one guy playing Switch.
That's like a.
They won't leave his room. He was in there by himself.
Yeah, he doesn't even want people in his room.
He's like, fuck, why are you guys doing cocaine on my fucking dresser?
I went out and like did bars one time since I've lived in LA because my friend was coming into town and she's like, you know, super crazy party girl type. And
what's her at? She got an at?
No,
chill.
But dude, it was crazy because she was getting hella bitches, bro. Like we went to Cabo Cantina. 2 different waiters asked for her number. Crazy. And
I got a spare room for 28 more days.
Hey, what the fuck?
For 28 more days. I'll fly her out.
I was gonna move in like a day early.
Tell her I'll fly her out.
Nah, bro, get in line.
I'm about to be that 30-year-old. I'll fly you out. I'll fly you out to LA.
Is the offer rescinded, Pete? Goddamn.
Her daddy is an American Airlines pilot, so she gets free flights. You gotta do better than that.
Hey, tell her to fly me out. Fuck all that. Tell her to fly me out.
Anyway, we went to the bars in like Venice Beach and was hanging out and whatever, having a good time. And she somehow was able to locate the only bitch at the bar that had coke on her. And she was like, "Hey, can you come to the bathroom with me real quick? Like, I need to fix my top or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." Because I'm like the mom friend type anyway, so I'm always just like, that's just my vibe. And I'm in there, and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Like, what do you need?" And I walk into the stall, and here she is on her hands and knees on the bathroom floor at some random bar, smoking or snorting coke off this random bitch's key. I was like,
that is, I can't even speak to how bad that etiquette is. But just from
tell her, let's go to the bungalow on a Sunday.
Bungalow, I'm off Sunday. What's good?
I literally almost shat myself. I was like,
that's wild. That's nasty too. She did it off the floor on a key. She could have punctured her nose.
All right. Anyways, last one. DeMarcus Ware was singing the national anthem.
Whoa, this is the last one? We're just not going to...
Fair or fade?
We're going to totally overlook the biggest news.
Fair or fade? Retired athletes singing the national anthem.
I'd rather see...
Nothing wrong at all with it.
Really?
I'd rather see Lizzo play the flute.
I feel like that's fucked up because...
He can sing, though. Lizzo.
Just like everything, like... Pro athletes get a leg up on everything, and it's like, man, imagine you're that singer that's just like grinding in New York, and you get free tickets to a preseason Jets game, and there's this football player who's just like singing, and it's just like his side hobby, adjacent hustle, and like you really be grinding out here, and you can't even get a fucking national anthem.
So Lady Gaga before she blew.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, weren't you saying the like? Sometime back that you think that the best people qualified for football podcasts are players?
No, I'm pretty sure I said the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And said that all athlete podcasts are high-key trash, and we just tolerate it because it's new.
Because we want to give them like something to do after their playing careers.
Fair enough.
All right. And the last one, since Kenny wants to talk about it.
Because, yeah.
Lizzo got canceled.
Score one for the fat guys, okay?
Fair or fade?
This is a super fade. This is more of a fade than the fade I got right now because my hairline looks prestigious in the light.
On the back, but
shut the fuck up. You can't talk about hairlines. You're never allowed to talk about hairlines.
Know, man. I've seen you have better cuts. Before.
Okay, I'm sorry my hairline isn't an A++ today. It's just an A+. I'm sorry it's like America's credit score. It's not AAA. It's, we lost the... America's rating is no longer AAA credit. It's like AA. But anyway, so Lizzo out here abusing and fat shaming allegedly people in her camp, making people eat bananas out of sex workers, snatches and shit, and other orifices on their body. Allegedly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even read the details. That's wild.
Yeah, she's making people eat bananas out of a hole. Pick a hole. And here's a banana.
But yeah, there was like a director that came out and was like, "Yeah, I'm not surprised. She's like a foul human being." And
people have come out
blah, blah, blah.
on the low because she's not actually from Minnesota, but she got started off in Minnesota, but she's originally from like Texas. There's people who started with her, like they were on some performative shit, and then they got into activism, and then
I mean, Kenny's been a raggedy bitch for a solid 5 years. I'm just saying.
I mean, do you want to know my opinion on most fat chicks?
No.
A lot of them have horrible personalities. Like, they're horrible people.
That is the most ridiculous generalization I've ever heard in my
life.
As a fat dude, it's a different kind of war. You don't understand the war.
You just don't love yourself. It's okay.
No, I definitely love myself. I love the fuck out of myself. I love myself genuinely.
I don't know.
I do. But I'm talking about, like, fat chicks like Lizzo. Not all fat chicks are evil. But fat chicks like Lizzo are some of the worst.
What do you mean like Lizzo?
Because she's a hypocrite.
Okay, well then you don't like her because she's a hypocrite, not because she's a fat woman.
You realize I'm fat too. I can't be accused of fat shaming fat people when I'm fat.
No, I think it's more like sexism.
That's not sexism because like we fat. We're both fat. Like,
I mean, fat women are kind of fed.
Okay.
And fat men are just kind of left to the wayside.
Have you ever heard of the term misogynoir?
yes, I have.
Okay.
I took a class.
So how does that exist then?
The way everything exists.
How is it possible that black men can be racist against black women?
Wait, what?
That's what misogynoir is.
You say racist against black women?
Misogynoir. Misogynoir. I was like, what? I've never heard of that.
I was like, I think you just made that up. I heard the other one.
It's black men being prejudiced against black women, specifically black women.
Okay, you realize this culturally sounds weird coming from a white woman saying that to a black person?
No. I'm just saying.
See how that sounds weird?
I'm giving you a comparison because you said that it's okay for you to talk crap about fat women. I'm saying
fat people talk shit about each other. That's the running joke for years. They're like, they say, "Oh, how come you don't see more fat people together?" Because it's like, okay, one of us can be fat, but the other fucking person can't. Like, we got to figure this out. Like, we both can't be rubbing thighs together. It's wild. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in this case, it's like all the shit she talks, and to come to find out she's a bully, just like the people she says are bullies, is ironic.
Thank you.
To be petty, it's score one for the fat dudes. Because, yeah.
All right. Moving on. My rant for the week. I don't really have much. I just want this week to be over. That's it. I'm out of here like the SAG-AFTRA writers and the Hollywood actors and all the lighting people in Starbucks and
scabs?
UPS workers. And did I miss anyone else?
The scabs?
Oh, district employees.
Dishwashers.
Did I say Starbucks?
Hotel employees.
Hotel employees.
Journalists who get fired at the high school level.
Employees.
Journalists who are not fired yet. Yeah.
Club promoters.
Yep.
Hookah lounge owners.
I don't think they're striking.
They should be.
All right. Peace.
Oh yeah. Been a crazy week. Thankfully for me, I found out some great medical news. Pretty much don't have to go see a doctor for 3 months because my sugar levels are totally under control, and I'm happy about that. So,
Damn,
yeah.
for real?
Yep. The only thing I got to do is get some blood work done, but that's just standard. And then in November, get my A1C test to find out how far my sugar levels or whatever that shit's called dropped.
Yeah, a massive W.
Massive W indeed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to Coach Clark from Lawndale High and all the local high school coaches who deal with a lot of bullshit that none of us ever know about. But yeah, that's about it. This is Touchdowns and Tangents. Nikki, you got anything you want to close with?
Sure. I'm happy for you, by the way. That is a huge W. It's really good news.
Thanks.
I'm also really disappointed in the news about Lizzo, I guess. I never really listened to her music, but I always thought she was such a good role model for women or young girls and young fat girls, and just seemed such to be a positive light, and just I always would defend her because everything always went back to fat shaming her, and she seemed just to be such an innocent positive light in this world. So it was extremely disappointing to hear that she did something like that, or that she's indeed a horrifying, shitty person. So massive L on that respect, but massive W on my respect because my settlement came in for my car and it was way more than I thought it was. And so I can actually afford a vehicle that won't die after 1 month of use. So I'm real happy. I was really extremely nervous that I wasn't going to get any money at all, but now I'm getting a ton, and my luck has finally either, I want to say it's either turned around, or all of the luck that I ever have or ever will have in my entire life just got sucked up by this whole car thing. But
your luck is on a whole new level.
Either way, I'll take it. I ain't gonna complain about it. And next time y'all see me, I'll probably be pulling up in a brand new whip.
All right, y'all. It's Touchdowns and Tangents, touchdownsandtangents.com, TDs_tangents on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Pete Certified. He's at Ozo Grande. Fuck with us on your favorite podcast app. Everywhere you get podcasts. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
Do-do-do.